Jujutsu Kaisen. Hold on. Actually, give me a second. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. Universally Plaza ratings. I watched on Crunchyroll with Dylan. So, has my opinion changed on the show since I did the Third Chance review? Not much. It's changed a little. It's a bit more positive than it was back then, but overall, I still think the show, like just the show, is a fucking joke. It is getting a bit more serious now, and it is quite interesting, but it's just, and I feel like the writer, whoever wrote the manga, has sort of realized that if you want to make anything interesting, you need to get rid of Gojo somehow. And I think the way he done it was quite well, because it's just, you can't have a character that can do literally everything, and that's what Gojo can do. So they need to get rid of him, and then they have done that for the Shibuya arc. But I'm rambling. I haven't even started my review yet, and we're already a minute and a half in. Yeah, the film does have quite a bit of comedy, but overall, it's a very well done drama. Um, when when I realized that Yuta was voiced by a trans woman, and I told Don about it, he said, "Oh, so you're gonna call the film cringe now for getting a trans woman?" No, I'm actually gonna call the film based, because even though this person has they do both female and male voices in anime, it's kind of based because you're hiring a trans woman to play a man. Kind of transphobic on the surface level, so it's based. Um, I don't I don't know what to say. The action's great, animation's great, voice acting even from Yuta's voice actor is great. I don't know. I'm starting to sort of understand the story. I'm starting to memorize the characters' names. I'm starting to remember them. Um, I'm starting to actually appreciate it for what it is rather than what I've made it into. Don't get me wrong. I still my opinion on season one hasn't changed. It still is a fucking joke. It's an absolute parody. But season two so far in this film are really good. Even if, excuse me, the the ending where Yuta, his like curse that is, it was like his friend or something, um but then he sort of let her go, only for her to, like, he didn't lose his power. It's just it's not her. It's kind of like an empty husk. Yeah, it has emotional depth. Don't get me wrong, but it kind of feels like when you kill off a character and you bring them back. Death means nothing. That's really the only problem I have with the film. The rest of the film was great. I'm sorry that I've said basically nothing in the span of 4 minutes, but it's all I can say. Saw 4, mixed ratings. I watched it on an app called Rakuten TV with Ginger and Dylan. We were going to watch it with Ben Man as well, but the way that we did this was I rented the movie on this app. Um, and I gave the rest of them my password. But the app has a limit of only 3 people at a time. So We have the abandoned him, so I'm gonna watch it with him tomorrow. Anyway, Jacob Ireland, Boisman or Bozeman, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce his name. Scott Patterson. Athena Karkanis, like her name sounds familiar, but I'm thinking of the girl from CSI New York, and she's not the girl from CSI New York. Anyway, Betsy Russell, Devin Bostic does not appear in the film. He appears in Saw 6 or 7. Costas Mandalore, Tobin Bell, Lyric Bent, Angus McFadden. Shawnee Smith only appears in the film through archival footage. Dina Meyer, I mean, Carrie appears in the film, but just as a dead body. Um, this is my 6th Saw movie, and I've got to say this is probably my least favorite so far. Um, like this is when the series starts to repeat itself, kind of, because it just kind of feels like the third movie, where you have one guy going from place to place, and he sees someone, and he has the ability to help that person, but they always just end up dying. uh, that's all I'm gonna say for the negative, because if I feel like if I say anything else, it's basically just gonna boil back to it's exactly the same as Saw 3. So for the positives, I mean, I love the acting. Tobin, Costas, Scott are fucking powerhouses of acting. Um, although I feel like, yeah, you see a flashback to John before he had any sort of notion of killing. But Tobin Bell doesn't act it like John is a normal person at this point. He acts like Jigsaw, and it doesn't make sense. I wasn't a fan of that. I didn't realize that was done with the negatives, but anyway, the the way that they reveal Hoffman. To be clear, I seen the director's cut. The twist, like the twist that Hoffman is the accomplice, was done terribly in the director's cut, in my opinion. Because the way that they show it in the theatrical cut, and I've seen both versions of the ending. It's just I've only seen the full director's cut. Excuse me. But the way they do it in the theatrical cut is, the tape is playing at the end, because I always do that at the end of a Saw movie, and then Hoffman just stands there staring down at Rig, and it's like goddamn, you know. Costas is able to just stand there and be menacing, and it works really well. But in the theatrical or in the director's cut, you see him get out of the restraints that he was in before he does that, and it lessens the impact, in my opinion. And the last thing I'm gonna say is the the scene with the autopsy of John. The desaturation that they done was really well done. Um, because even though it's not black and white, it's not like they did color isolation like they do in Sin City. Because you can see color, you can see like the blue of the gloves that they have to wear. But it kind of looks like the only color is from the blood on John's neck and from his liver and shit like that. That was really fucking good. Like, if I didn't know that was from a Saw movie and you told me it from Saw, I would have told you to fuck off. Anyway, Dylan said yes to watching Saw 5, but next we're going to watch Saw 10 because now that he knows Hoffman is an accomplice, he's able to watch Saw 10. And I just want to make sure that he watches that so that when Saw 11 comes out, we can just watch it. We don't need to worry about watching 5, 6, 7, and 9. Well, you don't need to watch 9, but you know what I mean. I get that this video is on for over 10 minutes and I've said fuck all. I apologize. I know the last video was like that. I don't know what's up with me. I'm sorry. Before I go out, let's give some updates. I'm about halfway through Yakuza Black Panther, so hopefully I should start Yakuza 5 soon. I got a new job. Like, literally, I applied for the job less than 24 hours ago. It was like 21 past midnight. Then I got a phone call exactly 1 hour, or sorry, exactly 12 hours later, saying, "Do you want to do the interview?" And I said, "Yeah." They said, "Is it okay to do it free today?" I said, "Yeah." I did the interview at free. It lasted until, say, 10 past 3. I got an email at 17 past 3 saying that they want to accept me. I'll be working in the care industry, basically like wiping old people's asses and getting them dressed and shit. That's amazing. But it's a full-time job because I have no excuses not to get a full-time job. Like, I'm not in uni or anything like that, so I've I've been looking. I wasn't looking exclusively for part-time work, but just coincidentally, all the jobs that I get were part-time. But I like that because it meant I could do more. I have more free time, but just it I don't have an excuse not to get part-time work, so I'm going full-time. The way that's going to work is it will alternate every week, but one week I will do what they call 3 long days, and a long day lasts from 7 a.m. to half 11 p.m. And then I don't remember what the next week is like, but I think it might be like 4 long days or 2 long days. I can't remember which. It's probably 4 long days. So I'm basically not going to do anything those days. So no cinema those days. No. Maybe I could read because it's not like I'm going to be helping them 24/7. But no cinema, no movies, no TV, no games. Speaking of cinema, uh, one review or one review this week. I just need to wait to see when Ginger's free. And that's everything really.